Is there, for a lot of people's way of thinking, is there a link between medication and spiritual warfare? And what do you do with the person who struggles and says, yeah, but if I go to take medication, then I must be a weak Christian because I couldn't do it myself. So how do you respond?
Thank you for such an excellent question. And Cameron, thank you for calling in. That is one of the biggest lies, that somehow I'm a weak Christian if I get chemical help to help me overcome my mental illness. And again, I think this goes back to just simply those three diagnoses that you gave of why the church is so ignorant when it comes to discussing these issues. I think, Janet, first we need to begin by defining what mental illness is. Mental illness is defined as a physical, note that word, dysfunction of the brain, and it can cause us to have the inability to think or feel in our normal manner. And outside of a miracle, as I put in my book, Unanswered Lasting Truths for Trending Questions, an individual does not just simply rise up out of bed and declare themselves to be mentally free of any problems chemically. That just as there is a treatment plan to lower my high cholesterol, there is a treatment plan that can help you with your physical dysfunction of the brain. And I want to make sure our audience understands that there are such things as chemical imbalances in our brain. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with seeking biblically Christian-based treatments. And I think of my friend Dr. Timothy Clinton at the American Association of Christian Counselors, and so many great organizations out there that are just dying to have this kind of discussion, because when we bring the marriage together of great biblical counseling with the scriptures and then help us get chemically right in our body, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, that is a true holistic, comprehensive treatment plan, and there is nothing weak about that. But I want to make sure for those of you that are listening that might be contemplating suicide or having what we call suicidal ideation, did you hear about Cameron's experience? Every person who tries to take their life, for every person who's successful, there are 25 who are unsuccessful. And make no mistake, that is no way out. I mean, the scriptures have made it very clear that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's John 10:10. He is that roaring lion who seeks to devour us. And this is why Proverbs and other wonderful passages discuss guarding our hearts and minds, not conforming our mind to the pattern after this world. So we need to understand that only abundant life can be found in Jesus Christ. And then if we're struggling, if we're stuck in that pit of a bodily, physical, brain dysfunction, we need to understand it does have the ability, if we leave it untreated, if we try to ignore it, to kill us, disable us, and it can shorten our lifespan if left untreated.